Good day to all the audience. I'm Chio Wen Chun, and welcome to my presentation entitled Using One's Table to Enhance Malaysian Primary ESL Learners' Communicative Writing Competence. Before that, allow me to introduce myself. I am Chio Wen Chun and I'm 25 years old. I've obtained Bachelor of Teaching in Teaching of English as a Second Language (TESOL) for primary education with first class honors in 2019, and I'm currently teaching in SJKC Peming Pengerang. And let's go to our presentation today. So communication is technically defined as the process in which information is enclosed in a package and import from the sender to the receiver through a medium. And Malaysia's English language curriculum has been CFR line since 2018, which emphasizes learners in communicative needs, including dealing with the business of the everyday life, exchanging information and ideas, and achieving wider and deeper intercultural understanding. So basically, our English curriculum this year has been CFR aligned, which has been emphasizing the communicative purposes throughout the curriculum, which aim to produce the Malaysian ESL learners who are able to use the language to communicate with others in order to convey meaning. According to Jasling and Arzin in 2019, Malaysian primary ESL learners have low proficiency level in English writing, which is relevant to statistics which depicted that a minimum of 23% of the Year 6 UPSR candidates failed the English language writing paper. So which means that actually our Malaysian primary ESL learners are still couldn't master writing component. It is still a very challenging part for most ESL learners in Malaysia. Therefore, this action research focuses on using one's table in improving the writing competency level of Malaysian primary ESL learners in their communicative writing, which was used to be found in UPSR English Paper 2, Section B2. So in this part, normally they have some components like emails, um, message, letter, informal letter, and something else, which requires the candidates to write something to the receiver on with a purpose. So based on my previous teaching and learning experience and also the preliminary study which I had conducted before I proceeded with this research, it is identified that the pupils couldn't master communicative writing due to the following reasons. When they get the uh, exam paper, when they look at the questions, they do not know what the question asks for, which in other words the requirement, they couldn't understand it, or they do not know how to organize their ideas. Also, they do not know how to start and end the communicative writing because it is not relevant to their real life settings. Because I'm teaching in a suburban school, and they, of course, they do not use English in their daily life, right? So this will lead to a problem is that they are using a not really authentic language, even though communicative writing is actually requires learners to use the authentic language. However, since they tend to use mother tongue all the time at their home, out of the school, or even I can say that they only use English during English periods. Even sometimes they do not use English in during English class, right? I agree. I believe that most of you agree with me because it is very hard for them to practice English in their daily life due to their limited exposure and their denial to practice it often. So it's like it is not really relevant to their real life, and so that they do know how to start a message or end a message in English. So what's special about this one's table? How does this one's table able to develop the pupil's writing or communicative writing skill? So this one's table comprises opening, content, and ending. So that's why it is called a one's table. It is some sort of to be done in pre-writing activity, because each point in the content section has provided two columns, which is points and reason, to trigger the learner's thinking skills, because I want them to think of how to organize their ideas. It's not like they're just doing information transfer, but I want them to think of their new ideas with their own creativity, so that it can produce a very good paragraph. It is a useful outline for the pupils to structure their communicative writing at the beginner level, because it can be taken away once the learners are familiar with the formula. It's not the formula, it's some sort like the structure actually. So it also includes the connectors and sample opening and closing sentences for the learners' reference when they are writing the opening and ending. So this is what a once table looks like. So this is the once table. It comprises opening, content. So in the content part, we have a connector, what, which is the main point, and then we have how or why, because I want them to make relevant elaboration on the points that they have given. Also, we have an ending, so that I have given some sample connectors, opening and ending sentences beside that, so that before they work on the communicative writing, they will actually start drafting their ideas in this one's table first. So once they have drafted it, and then I have check it, so that then only they can proceed to the next step, which is they are writing into a real the actual paragraph form. So I conducted this action research with 4 level 2 pupils at SJKC Peiming, because it is one of the smaller school in Johor, and there are only 4 level 2 pupils at SJKC Peiming, so I took out of them. That's why the convenience sampling has been applied, because they are the only pupils that I have in my school. Also, I've conducted this for 3 weeks, which is from starting from March to April. So during the intervention, I did the pre-test and post-test with them to determine whether one's table has really led to the improvement in their communicative writing or not. So before that, I do preliminary data collection, in which I analyze their writing, and then I also did interview with them. It's not a structured interview, it's some sort like just a casual chatting with them to identify what are their problems while they are writing this communicative writing section in the during the examination or the practices during the English lessons. So after that, I will be giving them, I gave them a pre-test, which is the same question as in the UPSR English section B2 format. So after I have marked their pre-test, then I'll be giving them the intervention, in which I gave them the once table before I started giving them to write the essay for 3 weeks. I think they did about at least one communicative writing in each week. So I can guarantee that they have written like more than 3 communicative writing before they go to the post test. So in the post test, they answered a different question in a similar format as in the pre-test. Then I did the data analysis to identify their difference in score and also margin of improvement to determine whether they demonstrated the improvement or not. So these are my research findings. So in the pre-test, they actually score 1 to 5 marks out of 12 marks, yeah. But for the post-test, they actually show improvement in the between of the least will be 2 marks and the most will be 4 marks of improvement. So this is like actually a lot, because if you can see, the pupils see like 4 marks to 8 marks is like it becomes like one double up the score, yeah. So it means that the learners demonstrated improvement in their writing with a margin of improvement of 40% to 200%. So and these findings are also supported by Katawijaya 2018, who believes that outline technique used as pre-writing strategy improves students' writing skill. The participants find it easier to design their writing, organize ideas, and construct their sentences into paragraph coherently. This is also agreed by Mir et al. 2016, who stated in their study that concluded that pre-writing strategy could be implemented to enhance students' performance in writing procedure text and solve the problem to generate and organize their ideas before writing. So to sum up, it is shown that once table is able to provide the participant a clear outline on the key components on a communicative writing, which means this once table has shown them what is required in a communicative writing. We should have an opening, then we should have the content, and then we should signing off before we end a message or email or letter. However, it is recommended that once table should be acted as a guideline for beginners, and it should be removed gradually to ensure that the learners are able to convey information freely via communicative writing, because we do want to produce ESL learners who can do writing like a robot. We do want to have structured writing. We must have this, we must have that, but it should be acted as a guideline for the beginner, and then slowly we should give them sufficient freedom after we have confirmed that they have mastered the fundamentals of a communicative writing skill. Even though the use of once table has positive impact on learners' communicative writing skill, it also brings some limitation in terms of time and generalizability. Therefore, it is recommended that the future research can investigate on other types of writing with the similar structure to investigate its effectiveness in a larger scale. So that's all from me. Thank you very much.